Hey, it's Ethan here at eTrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install these Titan Chain snow tire chains on our 2023 GMC Yukon XL. These chains are going to be pretty aggressive in their style. They're going to be used for pretty inclement weather, light to heavy snow, and even some light ice. We'll be fitting these on our tire that is a 275/60/20, but you can check the fit guide on our website to make sure that you're getting the right chains for your tire. These chains are a ladder pattern style chain, which means they go straight across the tire, and they're going to be really helpful for starting and stopping, but they're not going to give you as much coverage on turns as a diamond pattern, and you'll definitely feel the bumpiness while you're moving. The links themselves are square links. They're not as big as some of the other chains in this style, but they still are pretty big, and you're definitely going to feel them. Additionally, they do have these grooves in there, so the shape accompanied by those grooves is definitely going to help you get some of that bite that we were talking about. The links themselves are made of a nickel manganese alloy, which is going to be really durable metal, and it's going to hold up well to weather, corrosion, and rust, and just general use, much better than a low carbon steel chain would. The chains do come 2 to a set, and it's pretty light fabric style material. It's pretty lightweight, and it's also not very easy to reseal. So with heavier chains like these, there are a lot of points on them with those hooks, and after a couple uses you can already see them start to tear and poke their way through. So if you do get these chains, we always recommend putting them in something like a plastic tote, something that's going to be easier to put them in and out of, and just going to keep them better protected. The installation for these chains is pretty straightforward, but you do have to get under and around your tire to get them on. So we always recommend trying it out in your garage beforehand to make sure you know what you're doing before you're stranded on the side of the road trying to figure it out. That being said, you can check out how we did it right now. The first thing we need to do is to lay our chains out flat, making sure that nothing is caught up or tangled. We also want to make sure that this lever is on the side facing us, because we'll need to use that once we make our first connection. We also want to make sure the chains are facing the right way. We do that by looking at these large hoops at the end of each set of links. We want this flat side facing down, we're touching the tire. We don't want these hooked parts making contact with our tire. Once we have our chains spread out and centered as best as we can, we'll grab a couple links towards the back, and we can start by draping the chains over the tire, doing our best to keep them even and spread out throughout the front and the back, as well as on the sides. So that'll just help us out when we need to make our first connection on the back. Just have this hook here and a couple of loose links on the other side, so we'll fit it in to the second link in our case, but we can come back and adjust it if we need to. Now that we have the connection on the back taken care of, we can get to the front connection, which we'll start by using this lever. We'll fit it through the fourth link in our case we found might work the best. So fit it through, and then we can lever the arm back to this loose link on the other side and fit that in there. Once you have both connections taken care of, we recommend putting on a rubber tensioner as well, because there is no self-tensioning on these chains, making sure that the hook side is facing out. We'll just do our best to spread the tensioner out as evenly as we can, following a star-shaped pattern. Like I said, as you're driving, your chains tend to shift and move as you bump over things. A rubber tensioner like this will just help keep it in place. Once you have the rubber tensioner on, make sure you get the chains on your passenger side tire as well. Roll forward or backwards a few times just to make sure that everything is secure and where you want it. Then you're ready to hit the road. Overall, these Titan chains, snow tire chains, are pretty aggressive, but they're not as aggressive as some similar styles that we've checked out with the square links. So I think they're going to be a good use for pretty inclement weather, heavy to light snow, and some light ice as well. That being said, if you need something that's a little bit less aggressive, you can maybe check out some of Koenig's diamond patterned snow tire chains. They're just really easy to install, they'll last a while, and the self-tensioning or assisted tensioning prevents you from having to get one of these rubber tensioners to add on. That being said, this was just a look at the Titan Chain snow tire chains and how they fit on our 2023 GMC Yukon XL.